All right, boys and girls, we're going to be completing some phonics and language questions together. Please make sure that you have watched the review of different types of nouns video and also the video where I introduced you to adjectives, because those videos are what you need to help you complete the problems with me. But like I said in the other videos, we're going to put those lessons into practice now, and I'm going to be doing some of the problems with you. The first page that you need is page 249, and we will be completing question 2 together. Let's begin. Question 2 tells us to write a proper noun for each common noun. What does it want us to write? It wants us to write a proper noun. What do we know about proper nouns? Proper nouns, like it says up here, always begin with a capital letter because they name a special person, place, or thing. So this is the word country. It's a common noun. It wants us to give a proper noun that would be a country. Let's go ahead and write the country of Spain. Spain. Spain is the name of a country. Write a proper noun for the common noun friend. Who do you have that's a friend that could be considered a proper noun? One of my friends' name is Melissa, but if you don't want to write Melissa, you can go ahead and write whatever friend's name that you would like to. Okay? And here it asks us to write a proper noun for the common noun city. I live in the city of Oviedo, so I'm going to write Oviedo. Do you see how all of my proper nouns have capital letters at the beginning? Because they're proper, right? And then it asks us to write a proper noun for the common noun restaurant. One of my favorite places to eat is Allerbach. And that's right next to our school. Did you know that? They have really yummy pretzels, but you can write any restaurant's name that you would like. Okay, very good. Now we're going to go to page 250 and complete question 1 together. And we're only going to do a few of them, okay? Because you can see here how my marker kind of bled through right here. So we'll only do half of them, but then I want you to finish the other half by yourself, okay? So it says to read the sentences and write a contraction for each set of words. So we have a set of words and we're going to write the contraction that would be in place of those 2 words. Let's read together. Today, Mom took us to the library. We walked because Mom said we have not been outside enough. Have not. That would be haven't. H-A-V-E-N''T. Hadn't. We will be too cold, my sister said. Instead of we will, it would be we'll. Now, you should have your common contraction guide at home, where your common contraction guide will help you find the contractions that match with the word that you would want, or the words that you would have, the 2-word combos. Okay? I cannot find my hat, said my little brother. Cannot would be can't. Very good. I could have been ready much faster, but our dog grabbed my hat and ran. Instead of could have, it would be could have. Very good. Remember, use your common contractions guide to find these answers. And let's do one more together. At last, we left our house. It was not too cold, and the sun was shining. Instead of was not, it would be wasn't. Okay, good job. All right, now let's go to page 251 and complete question 1. Okay, let me take this down for us. And we'll put up 251s instead. Okay, All right, question 1, which is just going to be all of this, okay? All right, it says, right here at the top, now remember, you have to watch my adjective video before you complete this so that you understand what they are. But as a reminder, adjectives are words that describe nouns. They tell us how something looks, sounds, smells, feels, or tastes. So use the clues to write one word and then write the adjectives with the noun. In order for this video not to be too long, I'm just going to write a clue word, and then I want you to pause the video and I want you to write it on both lines. So our example, this is how my blanket feels. The person who completed this worksheet put warm, and then they wrote warm blanket. They're describing the noun blanket with the adjective warm. I'm only going to write the word once, but I want you to write the word twice, okay? This is how ice cream tastes. What word could we use to describe ice cream? How about sweet? Sweet. Okay? Pause the video so that you can write it on both lines. Sweet ice cream. This is how my bedroom looks. I would hope that we could say tidy. That's a word to describe our bedrooms, right? Tidy. Pause the video so that you can write tidy bedroom. This is how a whisper sounds. It would be soft, right? A whisper sounds very soft. Okay? Soft whisper. This is how a rock feels. A rock can feel what? Hard. Okay, hard. Pause the video so that you can write it on both lines. Hard, rock. And last one. This is how chocolate brownies smell. Yummy. That's a good word. I love chocolate brownies. Pause the video so that you can write yummy on that line. All right, we're going to move to page 253, and we're going to complete question 2 together. Let me remove this from the board. Okay, here we go. All right, so 253, question 2. Now you can always pause the video if you're not in the right spot, because I want you to be following along with me. So at the top, it reminds us an adjective describes a noun. It may tell us what kind of noun. So I like that dog. What kind of dog is it? I like that brown and white dog. Brown and white are the adjectives that describe the noun dog. So what we're going to do, number 2, it asks us to write an adjective that answers the question, what kind, in each blank. Okay? So we've got blank fish. What kind of fish could it be? Okay, we could say big. That's a big fish that Frederick caught while he was fishing. Let's describe the word sandwich. Okay, maybe the sandwich is spicy. That's a word to describe it. Shoelace. What kind of shoelace? The long shoelace. Now you don't have to write what I'm writing, but I'm just helping you have some ideas and kind of helping you through these problems. What kind of Bible is it? Okay, we could say it's a large Bible. What kind of crayon is it? Pink. I like pink. And then what kind of milk is it? Maybe it's almond milk. We like almond milk at our house. Okay, very good. Now that we've completed that, let's go to page 254 and complete question 1. You guys are doing a great job keeping up. All right. Page 254, question 1. It says to read the sentences and write the abbreviation or word in the blank. Do you guys remember what abbreviations are? Yeah, they're the shorter way to write a word. A lot of the time they have a period at the end to tell us that that's the end of the abbreviation. And a lot of times you just kind of have to memorize the abbreviation so that you know what the abbreviation is talking about. So we're going to read and we're going to put either the abbreviation above the word they give us, or we're going to put the word above the abbreviation they give us. So let's read. Kelly turned in her National Park poster to Mrs. Clark last Tuesday. And it has twos. So we know that this Mrs., it's all written out, is going to be an abbreviation. So just like Mrs. Carlin, it's capital M-R-S, period. That means that Mrs. Clark is married. And then it says last Tues. This Tues would be Tuesday. So we've got to write out the whole word Tuesday. Okay, pause the video whenever you need to if I'm going too fast. She wrote a letter to her friend Dr. Brady, who lives in Maine. So doctor is written right here, so we're going to write the abbreviation for doctor, which is capital D and lowercase r with a period. Okay. He sent Kelly pictures of Acadia National Park in Feb and in Aug. What months are they talking about? Feb would be February. And August for Aug. Kelly noticed several of snow in the winter pictures. Several what of snow? Inches. That's right. We know that abbreviation because of our math work and our measurement. Mr. Craig, the principal, told Kelly that he enjoys camping at Acadia with his family. So instead of writing out the word Mr., we can just put the abbreviation for Mr., capital M, lowercase r, and a dot, little period. Okay? Very good job. We're going to go ahead and move on to page 255. 255. And we're going to do question 2. Question 2 together. Okay, very good. It's down here at the bottom. All right, so it tells us to remember, okay, actually above here, let's read the paw print. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. We know that. It may answer the question, how many? So we had what kind is a way that it answers that question, but it also answers the question, how many? So an example would be the number word 2. 2 cookies, that describes how many cookies. 10 pennies, that describes how many pennies. 10 would be the adjective. So at number 2, it tells us to read the paragraph. Circle the adjective that describes each underlined noun. So we're going to be doing some circling. The noun is going to be underlined, and we have to figure out which word describes that noun, tells us about that noun. Acadia National Park in Maine has over 45 miles of carriage roads. So 45 is telling us how many? How many miles? 45. Roads is underlined because roads is a noun. It's a thing. Okay, that's a plural noun, roads. What kind of roads are they? Carriage roads. That's an adjective. You can take a carriage ride through the park in a horse-drawn carriage. Ride, okay, is a noun. It's a ride that you can go to. It's a thing, okay? So carriage is the kind of ride. So we're going to circle carriage. How fun would that be to take a horse-drawn carriage? The stone roads gently curve around the hills. Roads, again, is circled. What kind of roads are they? They're stone roads. That's a word to describe the roads. A quiet ride with beautiful sights is one activity you might enjoy if you visit Acadia National Park. So ride, again, is a noun. It's a thing you can do. Okay. What kind of ride is it? A quiet ride. Quiet is an adjective. And then what kind of sights do we have? Beautiful. Now, do you see how that adjective comes before the noun on all of those? That's a good clue of how to find the adjective. A lot of times when we're talking, our adjectives come before the noun. All right, now let's look at page 256. Last page. You boys and girls are doing so well. and we're going to be doing question 1 together. Okay? Read the sentences. Mark the circle under the correct word. Mark the circle under NH if the answer is not here. So we're going to read these sentences and figure out which word is going to fit best there. Remember, these are going to be words that sound exactly the same, but we have to understand which spelling is correct. And I know that we've worked on that a lot before, but we need to remember correct spelling of words. So, Stephen made a whole chocolate pie on Saturday. Would it be this whole, H-O-L-E, like a hole in the ground, or whole, W-H-O-L-E, like the whole thing? You're right, W-H-O-L-E, a whole chocolate pie. Wow, the whole thing. Second sentence, last night the wind blew the leaves off of our tree. Is it going to be blue, like the wind blew, or the color blue? The wind blew. Very good. Amy is going to Grandma and Grandpa's house today. Is it going to be too, like too much, or T-W-O, the number 2? Oh man, it's neither one of those, is it? It's actually supposed to be T-O, but the answer is not there, so we're going to mark not here. Those aren't neither one of those are our answer. All right, I won a blue and silver ribbon in the poetry contest. Is it 1, like the number 1? I won a blue, or 1, W-O-N, like you won a contest. 1, W-O-N. Okay? Last sentence. Ruthie uses her left hand, but I use my right hand. Is it going to be right with like left and right, or right as in please write that down? It's going to be this one. Very good, with no W. All right. Great work working through this workbook with me. I hope that was very helpful. Please go back to any of the problems you need help with and review with me and re-listen to my instruction if you need to. Great work, boys and girls.